Welcome to the August edition of the 3905 Century Board meeting. I'm Clay, WA6LBU, Chairman of the Board. We will begin with a roll call. First area is under proxy. Tom, are you here?
First area present, AA1NZ.
Thank you. Second area? Third area?
Third area is present, KE3HAY.
Fourth area?
Present, K9GWS.
Okay, fifth area is present. Sixth area? Thought I saw one. Okay, guess not. Seventh area?
Seventh area is present, KF7HNC.
Eighth area?
Present, Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango.
Ninth area?
Ninth area is here, W9ROG.
10th area?
Whiskey 6 Papa November Yankee.
Okay, DX?
BE3 CMB and BA3 YKT were here.
Thank you, Vice President.
AA1NA here.
Okey-doke. Second and sixth. Are you there? Last call. Okay. As noted, I do have a proxy from Sammy for Tom. First thing on the agenda is the June meeting minute.
A proxy is not necessary
Oh, okay, that's right.
unless it has specific instructions on how to vote.
Okay,
N2XCT present.
okay. Another country heard from. Okay,
And there's Wayne. Sixth area is here.
okay,
Present here.
okay. Sixth area. I don't see him.
You forgot
There.
the president.
Okay.
Just came in.
Okay. Okay, there he is. Okay. Minutes, June.
Contact.
Go ahead.
Yeah, KE3HAY. You forgot to acknowledge Mr. Presidente as present.
Oh, I apologize. Dean, I thought I said president. Okay. Dean, are you present?
Yep, here.
Okay. Thanks, Keon. I could have swore I did that. Went down the list. Okay. June minutes, take 3. Are there any corrections? Okay, not hearing any.
I think the June minutes were accepted last month.
Okay. I'm looking at June minutes on the agenda, so I had to go
Old
looking.
agenda.
Yeah, well,
That was
yeah.
corrected.
Okay, Doug, email me the this meeting's agenda. I couldn't get it off the board webpage, and I went looking for it through
Okay.
other means.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah. Who's asking for Doug?
I just said hi, Doug. Rich, AC2MT.
Oh, hey, Rich. Glad to have you here.
I made it, Richard.
Oh, good. All right. A lot of work just to get on this meeting tonight. All right. No.
Okay, Clay, it's on the way.
Okay.
You've got mail.
Everybody got mail.
Greg,
I
those
heard
were the
that.
good old days.
Yeah, it goes back to the good old days. You're right, Keon. Well, if they're good, but the old days anyway.
Okay, this looks much better. Thank you, Doug. Okay, July meeting. minutes. Are there any corrections? Okay, we'll go ahead. Do I have a second or a motion to
Second.
approve?
Second, N2XCT.
Okay, hang on. Motion to approve.
W8NET.
Okay, and second was Peter.
Mhm. We'll go ahead and vote, although my agenda just disappeared. First area,
Approve. AA1.
okay. Yeah, Tom, also give your call sign, please.
AA1NZ.
Okay, thank you. Second area,
Second area, Norway 2 X-ray Tango Tango.
okay, I'm presuming that's an approval. Third area,
Third area approves. KE3HAY.
okay, fourth area,
Approved K9GWS. Sorry, Clay.
fifth area approves WA6LBU, sixth area,
Sixth area approves WY6N.
seventh area,
Seventh area approves KF7HNC.
okay, ninth area,
Ninth approved, WNROG.
10th area,
Mac?
okay, give me a thumbs up, Mac, you're muted. Okay. Thumbs up noted. DX,
DX area approves VE3 CMB. I must have got my months mixed up. Clay, I thought we were doing DX down this month, but I guess I was wrong. Anyway,
No.
DX.
that's
It's a mistake on the chairman's part. It's okay.
okay. Well,
So he'll get it right for the next vote.
yeah. And I apologize. It was a little getting things started tonight was a little
I am not offended.
okay.
A comment?
Comment, go ahead.
Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango approves the July.
Say again. Oh, okay. I see where you went. Ninth area.
Again, I approve,
Oh,
WNROG.
okay. I apologize.
No,
President,
President approved KL7OR.
Vice President.
Vice President approves AA1NA.
Okay. So what happens when I move my cursor around to another name? Okay, meeting minutes have been approved. Now we go to the financials, July financials. Are there any corrections or questions? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
KE3HAY.
Okay, and a second.
WY6N.
Okay, I heard WY6N. There was a double there, but he was allowed. Okay. With that, we'll go for a vote, and in honor of Craig, I will start at the bottom and work up. DX,
W6YN, you're 5'9". I guess I'm only 5'5". DXV3 CMB, we approve.
okay, 10th area. Thumbs up, I didn't see it.
Mac?
Mac, thumbs up,
Looks
thumbs down.
he's frozen. He did call me earlier saying he was
Okay.
having some computer issues.
Okay. 9th area.
Thumbs up.
Okay, 8th area. Maybe Mac's in the same time zone as our website.
Proof W8NT.
Okay, 7th area.
Seventh area approves KF7HNC.
6th area.
Sixth area has a bigger mouth than Tom, WY6N.
No comment.
I approve.
5th area approves WA6LBU. 4th area.
Approved K9GWS.
Okay, and thank you, Gary. Third area?
Greg, now I know how it feels to go last. KE3HAY approves.
Second area?
Second area approves N2XTT.
Okay, and first area?
First area approves AA1NZ.
President?
President approves KL70R.
Vice President?
Approve AA1 and 8, Portable, Alabama. That's why you can't
Got
hear me.
you got your radio with you?
No.
Okay, there are reports attached. Do we have any questions on those? Okay, old business, status of logo project.
I'm sorry. My wife just texted me. I'm waiting for a couple of things coming this week, hopefully. But I will be sending an email to the list again, and I will first off I will be sending an email for the group, the committee. Before that, I was waiting for a couple of things to happen. It looks like it will be fine. So we have 3 submissions for now, and hopefully we will have a few more. No more. Yes, sir.
Actually, I have a comment. This is for Mac. Mac, are you listening? I sent you a link to the board meeting via your email. Thank you. Done.
Okay. Okay, is that it for you, Gene?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Any
Thank you.
questions? Okay, hearing none. Status on the Discord communications project.
Yeah, so I reported on this last month, I believe, but the communications team has sort of put this on hold. And the reason is our objective for looking for something was to find something that we could load, emails that the club has for people and send out announcements and messages. And Discord doesn't really do that. That was one of the primary objectives. The secondary objective was to get all of our communications on one platform. And I know we use Groups.io, but someplace where it was all in one spot. Discord would do that. However, one of the challenges, there's a couple of challenges with Discord. One of the challenges is the messages that come in on in a particular group. You can set up different groups with it. Come in are not linked together. In other words, they come in like they do on AIM, where they come in the order that they're put in. So if you're trying to follow a discussion, it's very difficult to do that. The other challenge I believe we would be with implementation, not because it's technically difficult, at least for the club, but you have to be invited to join Discord. We can't put a link out. We could put a link out on the website, but it's only good for 24 hours. So every 24 hours, you'd have to put another link out there. And so the implementation would be a little bit challenging as well. So we've put it on hold. We haven't dismissed it completely, but we put it on hold, and we want to look at some other options. So.
Okay, any questions? Okay, hearing none. On to new business. Motion 2608A, President's responsibility. Add the following language to the President's responsibility in the bylaw.
Comment.
Go ahead.
So, sorry, Clay. I just got a text from Mac, and it looks like he is able to get back to the website. But Dean, you need to let him in. Do you see him pop up there?
He's not in the waiting room.
Huh. Okay, I'll respond to him.
Craig, it should be a link that he got in his email.
Right. But even following that link, you I think the meeting
I didn't get the email. Somebody had to send it to me.
Right, but I guess what I'm saying is he's at the point where it looks like he's just waiting for the coordinator of the meeting to let him in.
Did he hit join?
I'm sure he did, Peter, but
Wait a minute.
I just got a text from him.
Okay.
Says I have no internet at all. An email link does me no good. I can't access my email. I'm trying to get back in the phone.
He's coming in. He's coming back in.
Okay.
Okay. Got internet somehow.
We got you back.
By the way, just FYI, our website has a different error now. It looks like a bigger IP address issue than we thought. It's not our host. It could be a regional or more.
Okay.
Sorry, Clay, back to you.
That's okay. Okay, motion 2608A, President's Responsibilities. Add the following language to President's responsibility in the bylaws. Shall be responsible for leading and directing the Vice President and all club volunteer positions except elected officers, directors, and their appointees. Okay, do I have a second on this motion?
A second, KE3HY.
Comment.
Okay. With the second, go ahead, Roger.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the vice president an elected officer?
Yes.
Okay, so why does it say that he shall be responsible for leading and directing the vice president and all club volunteer positions except elected officers, directors, and appointees? Just curious.
Mistype? Typo?
Follow up.
I didn't catch.
Tell me.
Okay. Did I hear another comment?
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree totally, Roger. I mean, so there were two things. First of all, and I may do that in a moment, the DX area was going to recommend that the first A, B, C, D, E, and is it F? Anyway, the first pile of motions outside of the last one be tabled because they did not follow and they should have gone through the bylaws committee prior to that, including this motion, Roger. But as you said, even going through the bylaws committee, the motion in itself contradicts itself. Okay? The first part of the motion says the president can direct except elected officers. Well, the direct includes the vice president, who is an elected officer. So the motion itself contradicts itself. I want to direct the vice president and all these committee chairs, and then except elected officers. The vice president is an elected officer. So the motion is contradictory. It didn't follow the process. So my question generally is, would you like me to provide a motion to table for each of those motions? Or one generic motion to table for everything except the last one?
Well, I was advised prior to the meeting that we're going to, and I was going to bring this up, the first, let me go through this. B, C, and D. Is that accurate, Dean? B, C, D will be removed from the agenda at the direction of the author.
Correct.
So we'll only be voting on A and E.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good. So on A, I won't even motion them to table it. On A, I would say open discussion. The motion itself is contradictory with the wording as it is stated, and should have gone through the bylaws committee. It was even ticked on the motion that bylaws would be affected, but the committee did not get to review it ahead of time. And it being controversial, it being contradictory, we can go ahead and vote on it, but DX, you know what? No, actually, DX Erie is going to motion that it get tabled to follow the proper process.
Okay. There is a motion to table
Comment.
this.
Comment.
Okay, hang on. Another comment. Go ahead. I think that was Tom. I think I recognize that voice.
No, that was Kirk.
Kirk. Okay, Kirk, go ahead.
But I'll take that as a compliment. But if Dean wants to amend that and either include the vice president for direction or exclude him, either one, whichever he prefers, I'm okay with that. You know, I think you know, kind of puts him in these you know, where the vice president can take direction from the president. I don't have any opposition to that. Thank you.
Okay. And I would like to point out that this probably replaces a phrase that was in the old bylaws or the last revision prior to this one that maybe was mistakenly removed by our last bylaw committee, stripping the president from pretty much everything that he does. So I would suggest that this is just fixing an error. That's my opinion on things. Dean, are you in favor of removing the wording vice president? I'm sorry. Amending it to remove the vice president from the wording.
It's not my motion, Clay.
Gary.
Oh, I apologize. Gary, are you opposed to that change?
No, because it'll clean up the language. Craig is right. The language was a little messy here. So, yeah, I have no opposition to that.
Okay.
Comment.
We have go ahead, comment.
I suggest Craig can remove his objection until after a different language, and then he can re-up if needed.
Okay. So if I understand how things are working, or how this works, we can accept this as amended by no? Okay. I have one person shaking their head now.
Yeah. And I don't want to be the bylaws Nazi. In fact, before being added to the bylaws committee, I may have gone through the bylaws a couple of times. Well, actually, a little more than that, because when Eric was changing the bylaws. But I certainly do not proclaim to be a bylaws guru. So with that said, motions from the floor. Okay, so here's where we are now. The motion from the floor. Motions of the following types may be made during a meeting by a voting member of the board of directors, or in their absence, their assistant or designate. Okay. Amendments to motions currently under consideration, with the exception of amendments to motion requiring advance submission as defined in the bylaws. The advance submission as defined in the bylaws is any motion that affects the bylaws, any motions that affects the awards committee, or any motion that affects emergency funding. So we can amend motions at this meeting unless those motions are affecting the bylaws, the awards committee, or emergency funds.
I agree.
See, that's part of the reason we should be talking about this stuff before it gets here publicly.
Right.
Okay? Before it gets to the board meeting. I really don't care. I'm going to vote no for it anyway. So I'm going to leave my motion to table on the floor. You guys all vote, and if it's voted down, that's fine. That means we vote on it. So if my motion to table it gets voted down, then we both vote on the motion as amended or will be amended.
Okay.
Which is in violation of the bylaws, but anyway.
Okay. Do I have a second to table?
Second.
Okay, with that, we're voting to table this.
Excuse me, I need to know who seconded.
W6PNY, and I doubled with N2XTT.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Then with that, we'll go up and we'll vote to table, starting with DX.
The X votes to table, V3CMB.
Okay. 10th.
W6PNY, vote to table.
9th.
9th, WNRG votes to table.
8th.
8th area says not to the table. Whiskey 8 November Echo Tango.
That was not to table?
Yes.
Okay. 7th.
7th area votes not to table. KF7HNC.
Okay. 6th area.
Sixth area votes not to table. WY6N.
Okay. 5th area votes not to table. 4th area.
Not to table. K9 GWS.
Okay. 3rd area.
3rd area votes not to table. KE3HAY.
The 2nd area.
2nd area table, N2XTT.
1st area.
1st area not to table. AA1NZ.
President.
President not to table.
Okay. Vice President.
Not to table. AA1NA.
Okay. If my math is right, we have 4 to 9. Not to table. And with that, let's move on to vote for the motion.
Comment?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Clay. So now I think is where Gary can say that he's going to amend the motion about the vice president wording or something.
Okay. And I presume we have to approve that amendment, or?
Mr. Chairman, if I can share my screen, I can show what the wording is that includes that modification.
Okay.
If you'd like.
Right one.
And I don't know that we need to approve Gary's amendment, but Gary needs to tell us the amendment, and then we vote on the motion as amended by Gary.
Okay. Gary, go ahead. And
I was waiting to see Doug's. He said he had reworded it. I wanted to see what he had.
Okay, can I share? Okay. Let me see. Which window is it? Okay, it is. It should be near the top of your screen.
Yeah, I see it.
In the first box. Struck through these words.
Yeah, you just struck through the vice president and right.
Right.
Right. I think that works for me.
Not correct. Not correct.
Whoop.
Still have directors in it.
Dude, on my screen, the letters were small, too small.
Bring it up again, please. Shall be responsible for leading and directing all club officers, directors, and their appointees. Oh, I see. Never mind. Except was cut off. I'm sorry. Never mind. I retract my. I didn't see the whole picture.
Yep.
We're good.
Okay,
Good.
Gary, that's good with you as
Gary,
well?
that's as you're amending, right? Sorry.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Now, we're voting on this motion as amended by the author, starting with DX.
DX area V3 CMB approves.
10th area?
Can I ask a real quick question, Clay? W6P&Y?
Yes.
Is this, whether this gets voted, well, it only matters if it gets voted yes overall, but is it still going to be reviewed, referred to the bylaws committee?
Yes, it says that in the motion, Matt.
Well, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you. W6P&Y votes no.
Okay, 9th?
WNRG votes no.
8th?
Whiskey Tango Tango votes yes.
Okay. 7th?
Seventh area votes yes. KF7 HNC.
6th area?
6th area votes yes. WY6N.
5th area votes yes. WA6LBU. 4th area?
Approved K9 GWS.
3rd area?
Third area approves. KE3HAY.
2nd area?
Second area N2XDC votes no.
1st area?
First area votes yes. AA1NZ.
Okay, President?
President, yes.
Vice President?
Yes, AA1NA.
Okay, with the majority, this motion passes.
Clay, fix N2 XTT.
Yes. What about it? I voted no.
That would be
I know.
Doug that needs to fix it. And Doug, you can stop sharing your screen too if you want.
Thank you.
No
Thank you
problem.
for the correction, whoever offered it.
Okay. Now, we go down to the bottom. (2608E) revise master check-in during pre-list in the NCS guide. Over to the
W8NET.
okay.
Yeah, V3
Go ahead,
CMB.
comment.
Yeah, I think, Clay, we have to get the sponsor of the motions that are being removed to officially either table or remove the motions, just for the minutes.
Okay. Dean, let's see, who is the author on this one?
Submitted by Dean and co-sponsored by Clay.
Okay. Dean, just say for the minutes that you want to withdraw 08B.
Yes. Yes, I do. KL7R.
Okay. Same question for 08C. Dean, did you hear me?
No. Go ahead.
Do you want to pull the 08C, 08 Charlie?
I'm not understanding OHC.
Motion 2026-08 Charlie.
Yes.
Okay. And then motion 2608 D as in Delta.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now we're down to 202608 E as in Echo. Revise masters check-in during the pre-list in the NCS guide. Over the past 2 years, there have been some confusions on how masters may check in, with language in the net controllers guide that was confusing. Whereas this motion allows masters to be checked in at the top of the list during pre-list, as has been our practice, unless the master requests to be placed in the general check-in area, where they would have been placed at the next available line.
Comment.
Okay, go ahead with a comment.
Make a motion to table this motion, or ask the author to table this motion because of the other pending stuff that needs to be done beforehand.
Comment. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, I'm done. Jan.
I'm so sorry, Gene. I apologize. Somebody has to second this before this even comes up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kian.
Second the motion. Now we can talk. It just wasn't on the floor hot yet. That's all.
It broke up. I didn't hear what you said. Okay, it is seconded. Okay, we have the comment, first comment. Is there any other comments?
Comment.
Go ahead, Roger.
Actually, I'll be the last comment. Anybody else go ahead.
Okay, VE3CMB comment.
Go ahead, Craig.
So now that the motion is on the floor and up for discussion, I don't know. Well, there was confusion. There certainly was confusion. Okay, but we're following the 2023 posted NCS guidelines. Guidelines were updated by Eric, and whatever reason, doesn't matter. So the 2023 guidelines, NCS guidelines, does not allow a master to check in and have an option of checking into the master section or down in the general check-in section. So we have a member, actually, who is a master, who felt he was owed the privilege, and then created a whole pile of chaos on AIM with the NCS running the net. And it wasn't one occurrence, there were several occurrences, and there were a couple of different NCSs this occurred with. Okay. Then we had our president come out with an email to all the NCSs saying, as of sort of today, allow masters to check in either in the masters group as they check in, or down in the bottom group at their as they wish, whatever their choice is. Well, that wasn't the president's call to make. Dean then after retracted that call and said, no, we're going back to the 2023. But now all of a sudden, we're popping up here with a motion to specifically address that one item when the entire NCS packet is being reviewed and is being very close to being finished to be reviewed. Why are we selecting this one item out to push it through right now to allow the one individual to check in whenever and wherever he wants? Okay, let's review the entire NCS guide update for 2026 now and vote on it as a package. Okay, these onesies and twosies and stuff we're doing here it is not going over very well. So anyway, that was my comment. I'm done. DX obviously will vote against it, but
I have a comment.
Comment to HAY.
Okay, acknowledged HAY. Go ahead, Peter.
Okay, tonight when I checked into the 40-meter early net, he asked, first of all, he took the initial first pre-net check-ins. And then when he started the net, he asked for masters, original charter signers, charter members, etc. Then regular check-ins. And I said, I checked in with the regular check-ins, and the NCS put me at the top of the list. I had to send a message on AIM that I didn't check in with the masters. I checked in with the regular stations, and then he moved me. That's what sometimes happens, and it happens often. And I try to check in with the regular check-ins. So even though you have a rule, it won't make much difference anyway. I'm done.
Okay. Keon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Clay. KE3HAY here. Craig, I just got to ask this because maybe I need a different understanding, but you're saying that Dean does not have the authority to do what he did. And my question is, why not? He is in charge of the nets. Where is it written that he cannot do that? And after that, I'll give some backing to why I'm asking the question. But if you could please just kind of put out there for the minutes, why are you saying that he does not have the authority to do that?
Okay. So first of all, Keon, just a sec. Peter, that's exactly the confusion we've created with our NCSs. We have been on again, off again, flipping this, flipping that, over here, over there, reversing this. So that's the confusion we've created. Keon, yes, actually the president has control over the NCSs. Absolutely. Okay, but the NCS guide is a document that is voted on by the board of directors for approval. Okay, if it becomes a document that is no longer required to be approved by the board of directors, then so be it. I mean, let's do that. But currently, it is being, or it has to be approved by the board of directors for final release. So that's why I made that comment, Keon, and Dean must have sort of accepted that because he retracted the fact he sent an email out saying go ahead and check the masters in wherever they want, and said he was at fault, or well, not at fault. Sorry, Dean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but that he was retracting that comment.
So here's the major issue I have with all of this. And I think this is the elephant in the room that nobody wants to acknowledge or deal with. And of course, now he's in the process of taking a mean one. And the issue is very simple. It's a net control guide. And the issue isn't whether or not we approved it or not. The issue is it a guide? Or is it a presidential executive order? Is it something that must be followed to the T? And the issue is whether the net control person that particular day feels that it's a guide or it's written law. Which is it? And to be honest with you, the net control guide, if written in such a way, takes all the sovereignty away from the net controller. So there is no room for him to do anything out of the ordinary or make an adjustment to the net at that time, real time, or face crucifixion. At a certain point, something's got to give. And what's going to end up happening is those parameters in which net controllers are being held to, depending on the day, depending on the time, and depending on the person, is going to change. One day, Peter can check in with the regular check-ins. Depending on the net control station and who comes after them the next, that's not going to be able to happen. That is what the issue is. It's not the guide. It's not the vote. It's none of that. It's whether or not you're going to give some sovereignty to the net controller that particular day. And if you're going to take it all from them, we're not going to have any nets because nobody wants to be under that type of scrutiny all the time. That's the point.
Absolutely, Keon. I agree with you. Even the name of the document, the nomenclature used is a little bit of a misnomer. and I'd have to go back and sort of review it again. There are certain things that are required within the guide. Talking about the club website, doing a preamble, doing this, doing that. But outside of that, listen, when I was NCS, I didn't follow the NCS guide.
Exactly my point.
I know, and there are several that don't. So how we address it, we need to think about, and we need to address it. We need to make sure NCSs feel free. Look, that's the front line of this club. Okay, not us, none of us here. The NCS, without the NCSs, this club would not be operating. Okay,
Agreed.
we would be out of business. Those are the frontline people that deserve the ultimate respect from everybody here, and they should have it. But some I suspect, and I could be wrong, and I'm just speculating here. Some I suspect, you follow a thing called a SOP. Well, it's not even a SOP; it's a guide. But you follow it, and a guide, you want to stay word for word to the guide, maybe. And maybe we need to sort of clarify how we approach that. There's very little in that says that, you have to do
I
this.
see you, Gene.
There are some items related to the club that they do have to do. But absolutely, there should be flexibility. And like I said, I haven't always followed it. Okay, I've taken check-ins on AIM. Here we go. I've taken check-ins on AIM, which is against what the NCS guide says. Okay, so there does have to be, in my mind, some flexibility, and we need to solve that. Okay, so let me just go back, and then I'll be quiet. The area will be quiet. But let me go back and just sort of summarize. Okay, why is this? Why do we have to vote on this one issue? Then the whole guide is being revised. Why are we voting on this one particular issue? We all know why. W3BS checks in and wants to do what he wants to do, and we have 3 complaints against him. So. Anyway, I'll back out.
Craig, and you know what? Fair statement. But here's the thing with that. What he's trying to do is the same thing that Peter just mentioned that he wanted to do. It's the complaint issue is one thing. The complaint issue is one whole different thing that we need to deal with in a different thing. The bottom line is this. What he's trying to do is exactly what Peter was trying to do, what other masters maybe want to do. And I believe that it should also be extended to original charter signers, original charter members, and DX, should they want to be in that. Now, if the author chooses not to change it, so be it. But the issue isn't Buddy. The issue is a broken process.
And Keon, yes, the process does need to be looked at and changed, I think. However, the second aspect of this is the way a club check-in, a club member, or a club master is posting inappropriate comments and challenges on AIM to our NCS, who the NCS represents the club at the time. He's NCS or she's NCS. Okay, if there are issues you have with what the NCS is doing, you need to take that through your director, not take it up on the AIM chat group in front of everybody, distracting and frustrating the current NCS at the time. Anyway,
I'm gonna pause. Gene, go ahead. I'm sorry, or Clay, however you. I'm sorry.
I have a comment.
Okay, hang on. I've got 3 now. 4 counting me. Gene, go ahead.
Let me read to you.
Thank you.
Let me read to you what Jose Columbia, our training officer, wrote me over the past 10 years that he teaches in his classes. He says, do not create an unnecessary issue for the net. Remember, you are the facilitator of the net, not the NCS police. If a request is reasonable and does not harm or disadvantage others, accept it and discuss it with your net coordinator. And the latter is not being done. I'm done.
Okay. Now, Gene.
Thank you. Why we are discussing this in the board meeting? Why not the board reflector? We have maybe 4 or 5 people for the responses for the all of the motions. Come on, we have to be better than that. Second, I made a motion and was seconded to table this motion so we didn't have to get this done in this meeting. I'm asking for the vote for that tabling. Thank you.
Gene, who seconded it? I don't have a second down.
It was HAY.
And Keon.
No, I did not.
Oh, you did not?
No, what I second was the actual motion, not anything about tabling, because we were having discussion and it wasn't hot on the floor.
That's right. That's right.
So
My
no
mistake.
one
Sorry, Keon.
seconded yet.
It's been seconded. It was seconded by me and Peter at the same time. We doubled W6BNY.
Okay.
Right, but how do you second a motion that hasn't been, the motion itself wasn't hot on the floor? It was not seconded. It wasn't up for discussion. How do we second something that hasn't been?
I asked for a tabling the motion, not a discussion.
Right, and I understand that. And all I'm saying, Gene, is this. When you asked for that, no one seconded the original motion. You can't have any discussion or table or anything else until the actual motion hit the floor. That never happened.
Okay. Now, with that, Keon seconded the motion.
No.
Gene
No, it was
listen to what I
Mac.
say. Listen to what I said. The original motion was where did the original motion who made the motion? Or where are we with that?
Is that written on the motion, Clay?
Yeah, it should be.
Yes. It's a KL7OR made the motion. Keon seconded it. The motion. Okay, no arguments there. Then Gene made a motion to table, and now Matt, can you say I second that? To get all of the paper clips in the right direction. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
So I'm asking you for a vote, please. Thank you.
Okay. And now, do I have a second, Mac?
Second to table? Is that what you're asking me, Clay?
Correct. Second to table.
W6PNY, second to table. Yes.
Okay. Now, we're there. Is there any discussion on the table?
There's still discussion.
Oh, Roger didn't get his chance. Sorry, Clay.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Roger, go ahead.
Well, I think there was like 2 or 3 ahead of me, right?
Gary, go ahead.
Yeah. So while I support this idea, I think it's a nice perk to give masters, quite frankly. It doesn't disrupt the net as long as everybody does it and handles it properly, which we're always going to have, NCSs that make a mistake, forget, whatever, that happens. I think it should be tabled, and only because I think that the NCS guide people are working on this, and I don't think we wouldn't want to have a situation where we approve this language and they have slightly different language, and we whipsaw the NCSs back and forth on, for a couple of months we go with the language in this motion, and then the NCS guy comes out and it's slightly different. So I just wanted to make that comment. The other comment I wanted to make was there was a lot of discussion that really had nothing to do with this motion. It's stuff about W3BS.
Exactly.
Is something
Nothing.
entirely unrelated to this. We should just be focusing on, is this something that makes sense and is a good thing to do for our masters?
Okay. Is there anybody in front of Roger?
I was,
Roger.
but I'm not going to say anything now. Done.
Okay, Roger?
I actually have two things. Earlier this week, I requested that Virgil's complaint be resubmitted to the board. And I thought it was going to be, I don't see it listed. Will there be any discussion about that since Buddy completely refused it? And it's been 30 days.
Okay.
Clay, respectfully, if I could suggest, Roger, that's not bring it up, but I think it's maybe under new business. It's not specific to this motion.
No,
I know.
it's not. No.
Yeah.
No, it's not on the agenda.
All I'm doing is asking what's going on with this before I have a prepared statement.
I think
before my statement, I would like to know what's going on with that.
Okay, let's get this out of the way and then we'll get to your statement. I apologize for not getting that on there. Okay, with this, we have a motion to table this. Starting with the with DX.
B3 CMD DX approves motion to table.
Okay, 10th area.
W6 PNY approve motion to table.
9th area.
Well, I guess 9th area approves WNRG.
Okay, 8th area.
8th area approved to table W8T.
Okay, 7th area.
7th area approves to table KF7HNC.
6th area.
6th area votes not to table WY6N.
5th area votes to not table it. 4th area.
Gary.
Oh, a table K9 GWS.
Okay, 3rd area.
3rd votes to table at KE3HOI.
Say that again.
3rd area is voting to table.
Okay. 2nd area.
2nd area N2XCT votes to table.
Okay, 1st area.
1st area votes table A1NC.
Okay, and vice president, or I'm sorry, president.
Not to table KL7R.
Okay, and vice president.
Vice President votes to table AA1NA. Thank you.
Okay, with that, the tables win. This motion is tabled. And let's see, go down here.
Clay, do you want to put in a time of or a date of when we recall this to the agenda?
It will be recalled at the next board meeting.
It can't be if that's the eyeball.
Eyeball.
Okay, then October board meeting. I don't have a calendar in front of me, so I can't tell you the date.
Time out. Where does it say we can't bring this to the eyeball?
Not enough directors.
Where does it say that we can't bring it to the eyeball?
Well,
Historically, we haven't, but I agree, Dean.
Yeah, we could.
We could. Yes, we could.
However, we need to have a good discussion about the NCS committee first. We don't know if that will be ready to go for any for a month.
Okay, Roger has his hand.
No comment.
Do we really want to air this out in front of the eyeball participants?
Open now.
I make a pertinent comment. I really doubt that the NCS Guide Review Committee will have this ready by mid-September. It's looking like 4 or 5 weeks, maybe more. But as far as having it to the board for discussion, it ain't gonna happen by then.
Comment E3 CMB.
Okay. Go ahead, Greg.
Once we table something, which is the case right now, we have to actually do a motion to bring it back to the floor. So I don't know that motion can go in the agenda until we're ready. So in other words, it will be tabled until the sponsor of the motion wants to bring it back to the floor for discussion, which I think at this point will only be after the NCS guide is reviewed and ready for approval. So, tabling it, I don't think we have to put a date when we bring it back to the floor. It still stays on as old business, but I don't think it has to have a date.
I believe that is correct, Craig.
So Craig, there are actually two ways you can table a motion. You can table it with a date that everybody agrees it'll be brought back to, or you can table it indefinitely, which is what you're talking about, which means it won't be brought back until there's a motion made to bring it back.
Okay.
And
Thanks,
I think we
Eric.
ought to just table it indefinitely because we may never have to do anything with this.
Thanks, Gary. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, we need to do something with it. There's a lot of work, sweat, and tears. But yeah, I'm good with indefinite.
Okay. Roger, you had your hand up. Are you done?
For what I wanted to say there, yes.
Okay. That brings us down to the end of new business, or I'm sorry, old business. That was, new business. I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay, now, Roger, because I goofed and made a mistake, go ahead.
You made a mistake in what?
In not getting it on the agenda.
All right. So since Dean brought up why we can't take things to the eyeball, let's take Virgil's complaint and discuss it at the eyeball. How does that sound?
Doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
It does. So hang on, I'm talking. All I'm saying is if it's okay to bring 26.8E to the eyeball, why not old business that was not put on the agenda for this month and bring that to the eyeball? Nobody wants to comment, do you?
Well,
Roger.
hey, just thinking out loud.
Kirk,
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kirk, go ahead.
Yeah. Just thinking out loud, Roger. A motion from the floor doesn't have a time limit. It could be discussed tonight. Think of it something that affects the bylaws, the Constitution. That would need a 7-day time limit. So, my opinion, that's just me, not any committee. But yeah, you can make a motion from the floor.
That is correct.
Yeah. And Roger, sorry, what I was going to say, and to the entire board, I mentioned that before, the complaint about W3BS. Technically, I should not even know that because it should not have come to the board. It should have gone through the directors and the people involved. And then if a resolution can't be amicably done, at that point, then it comes to the board. So I should not even have known about this. And my apologies for making that reference earlier within the meeting, but I should not even have known about this. So I guess whoever the directors are involved and Roger, and we don't have the W3BS here, but I'll stop now. And if it has gone through that process, as Kirk has said, that's not something that directly, that is a motion that can come to the floor at a board meeting as new business.
Contact.
Hang on, he's talking to me.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hang on, Keon. Go ahead, Roger.
Well, Craig, are you done? Craig, are you done?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I agree with you, Roger. But I shouldn't have overspoken.
No.
You should say done.
Okay, so okay, fine. You shouldn't have known about it. Whatever. I requested that to come back to the board meeting this month because it did go through both directors and Buddy refused it completely. So it should have been on the agenda for this month.
Absolutely.
And you would have known about it then.
Negative.
Oh, negative what?
Negative. That's not correct. The only way it should have been on this agenda is for you to make a motion to bring it to this board. It doesn't automatically go here. And number two, Craig, don't go away. Crap. I somewhat agree with you on this one, right? And what I'll say to this is, and I'll tell you what I told my area director, is that Roger, you violated my constitutional rights in the club.
I did.
Wait, let me finish. Because you posted it publicly without going through my area director. And that's in the bylaws. That's in the bylaws. And this is a bunch of crap that we're doing because we kind of pick and choose what we want to do in the bylaws. And I was offended, but I talked to my area director. We had to talk about it. I said, you know something? It's not worth it. It's not worth it to make a big deal out of it. But you know something? Shame on you. You should have known that. So if you want to bring something about Buddy to the board, do it. It's in your court.
I tried to do that earlier this week. I tried to bring the complaint back to the board, and I was told that it would be on the agenda, but it never showed up on the agenda.
And that's my fault. I'll take the heat on that.
If it was earlier this week, that wouldn't meet the 5-day requirement unless it was before Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Let me remind you that last month it was pulled from the agenda because it wasn't a proper motion.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and we all know this is being recorded. We all know this is out there for public consumption. So we are allowed under new business to introduce motions to the board that don't fall into these previous categories we talked about that had to be pre-reviewed.
I agree.
So there is opportunity now. If Roger is bringing this in as a motion, then what that means is both area directors, the person involved, and the NCS involved have been contacted per the bylaws with 20 days, whatever notice for a response and all that stuff. It has not occurred. It has not been successfully solved. Then a new motion can come to the board at that point.
That's correct.
Now, Dean, I got to go off and do that P I was going to do a second ago.
I think Keon had a comment.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, Dean pretty much summed up what I was going to say. I'm good.
Okay. No, I'm kind of at a loss of what to do here. So this is breaking wonderful new ground with me. So
I think we need to all take a toke. Relax. We're friends.
I think we're one took over the line, Gene.
Good song. With that,
I suggest a 3 or 4 minute break. See ya.
They're dropping like flies.
I think that means his back teeth were sinking anchors away.
Hey, 6.
We're not going to have any water pressure pretty soon.
Clay, why don't you continue?
Okay. How do we deal with this? I made a mistake. If I'm very okay, Kurt, go ahead.
I would suggest the chair ask the third area director how he wants to proceed. AA1 and A.
The third area director?
I'm sorry, ninth area director. Excuse me.
Okay.
Sorry,
Roger, how would you like to proceed?
Well, something has to be done because Buddy's rants on AIM do not look good to the other members who were checked in. Yeah.
Hello.
Who's this? Oh.
Virgil?
Yeah, hang on. So anyways, something has to be done because Buddy's conduct on AIM is abhorrent. So
Was he on AIM again?
hang on. I gotta call you back, man.
Have to love LASIK.
So, okay, Buddy has Virgil's original complaint, and he has, what, 3 more pending after
So
that?
what do we do with those?
I mean, we have to go through Virgil's first to find out what is going to transpire before the other 3 can be heard. Correct?
And we don't know about anything. 3 other. We can't know yet.
Officially, Roger, the board doesn't know yet.
Officially, they don't. Right.
Could I just make a little recommendation?
Please.
I don't think we're going to solve this tonight.
We're not.
Absolutely agree. This needs to be addressed. Okay. So I would suggest that we go back, and when I say we, I mean you and the area director. You confirm that you went through this first one. You're representing Virgil and then whoever for Buddy. You offered Buddy whatever the process is well defined in there, right? And then nothing occurred from that. At that point, you can bump that up to the board, and it will be a motion to censure Buddy for 6 months. Okay. So in other words, he remains part of it's in the bylaws somewhere. He remains part of the club, but he's now not allowed to check in or do any club business for 6 months. Okay. So that's the first one. But each of those, I think, have to go through that process where you, the affected area director, Buddy, and the NCS have to go back and show that you sent an email, you give them a phone call, this happened, no response, or you got a response where somebody said, I'm just not going to follow, whatever it is. So this certainly needs to get addressed. And if you've done that steps for the first incident, I would suggest then at that point, you document the details, and then a motion comes in at the next meeting where we censure a club member. And it used to be, I haven't been there in years, but it used to be 6 months. If Buddy were to come back and say, if Buddy and the NCS were to work it out amicably, it would never come to the board. So if Buddy, for example, were to say, "God, you know what, guys, I was confused. We can check in as anywhere. We cannot check in as anywhere. We can check in as anywhere. We cannot check in as anywhere. I just got a little confused, and yeah, I shouldn't have got upset on name in front of everybody." And the NCS is okay with that, or the NCS wants an apology, not to everybody in the club, but just an apology to the NCS. If that's good, never comes to the board.
You don't know Buddy.
If I do, Peter.
Peter, it doesn't even matter in this case.
I do, Peter. However, which I suspect, as Peter just indicated, that's not going to happen. And unfortunately, we have no other choice. The first step is censure. First, I can't believe us saying to somebody in the club, basically, your membership is revoked for 6 months, basically. You can't do any club functions. You can't check in any necks. You can't represent the club. You can't hold an office in the club for 6 months. Okay? Now, this goes further. If there is a second occurrence of this, and it does not get amicably solved, the board has no choice, the way that the bylaws are currently written. And I think we need to look at that. Any second occurrence of the exact same thing is an automatic revocation of membership.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah. Sorry, Keon, just give me a second, and then I'm going to back away. You know what? These comments on AIM shouldn't be there, but I certainly don't think we should be kicking somebody out for 6 months and then potentially taking away their membership to the club forever just because stupid little comments that he should never have done. But that's it. I mean, so maybe we need to look at the bylaws a little bit and change that. But that's the way it currently stands. And then no, he should not be. First of all, he won't get dismembered from the club this round, but he could get sanctioned for 6 months. Even that is pretty harsh. Anyway, I'm done. Sorry, Keon.
Go ahead. I understand you were talking. Okay. So here's the issue that I have with the whole thing. Okay. Let's just say, because we don't know, but let's just say there are multiple complaints that were put in. Let me just say this. I am not for double jeopardy on anybody for this same thing for anything. So here's the deal. If we're going to deal with this and we're going to deal with this with Virgil, then the rest need to disappear because they're all talking about the same incident around the same circumstances around the same thing. That's first. Secondly, I read the stuff. I would like somebody to show me or tell me where there was vulgarity, whether there was blatant disrespect, whether there was something, and I'm not talking capital letters here, he was yelling. I'm talking about show something that actually shows that the punishment fits the crime. And nobody, through all of the leaked stuff that has been out there, has been able to prove that, unless I got something that I just haven't seen yet. This needs to go back. We need to have one of these roundtables again where we sit there and we talk about it and we air it out. And then we come up with a conclusion to this that is going to be fair. This is the type of crazy that I'm talking about when we hog tie our board, we hog tie our NCSs, and this is not fun. Nobody wants to play anymore. Now, granted, there has been rumor of other things floating around, driving, pushing, or whatever the case. Well, they're not on the board. I could care less. At this point in time, we need to sit down like grown men and not like we're in high school and deal with it, have a conversation. Even if the board said, buddy, come here, let's talk. Dude, give me a break. None of that has done. We're now all of a sudden going to, oh, yeah, well, we need to quiet him down for 6 months for something that somebody else has done at the same time. again, something at some point has to give. This ain't it. I don't know what else to say, but this right here, not it. Thank you, Clay.
And I agree, Keon, the punishment does not fit the crime.
Not at all.
No, absolutely not at all. And that's why I suggested earlier, we got to get back to those bylaws and work them. So there's way more progressive. No. There shouldn't even be, I don't think, a censure for 6 months. Okay. But the person involved needs to be showing some reasonable, I'm going to follow the rules. I may have made a mistake even. Anyway, sorry, I've talked too much.
Craig, I got one last thing I just want to ask, and if it's inappropriate, please let me know. But I want to know what the terms were that he was asked to meet, because again, if it's outrageous, I would have said no too. Like, is that possible to find out?
So let me comment on that.
That's between the directors. Period.
Let me comment on that, Keon.
Thank you.
The reason Buddy is upset. Oh, am I muted?
No,
you're good. You're good.
Go ahead.
I just kept hearing it. Let me comment on this. The reason Buddy is so upset is this came up in March. You guys didn't know anything about it because it was handled properly, but it came up in March 2024. At that time, we worked out an arrangement with Buddy where he apologized to the people that were on that net for what happened on that. Similar circumstances to what happened here. He apologized, sent out emails to the people that were on that net apologizing, and it was all resolved. And there were no problems for 2 years until all of a sudden on May 26th, this issue comes up again. And that's what he's really upset about. Why did this go away and everything was working fine until all of a sudden 2 years later it comes up? And that's why he's refusing to do anything else, because he feels like he's already done it and it's already been resolved, and for some reason somebody changed their mind and did something different.
Gary, that doesn't make it that he didn't do the right thing.
Gene, he may not have done the right thing, but now there's another piece to this puzzle that's starting to make this make sense.
The NCS in 24 was not the same NCS.
It sure was. It sure was, Peter. It was Virgil again.
It was
Virgil. NCS. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because Virgil runs the net by the book.
And that's okay. I mean, I respect Virgil for that. Like I said earlier, when I was NCSing, I didn't. And I know there's a couple of other NCSs that don't. Not word for word by the book. So,
And I'm okay
for some
with that.
flexibility.
And again, here, it's the process that's broke. It's not Buddy. It's the process. And now that this other information has come out and hit the floor, like, come on, is this what we're really doing?
Keon, I absolutely process is. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. However, I think Buddy could do himself a lot of good by just simply saying, whoops, I got confused. Or, you guys need to get, even if he came up and said, you guys need to get your shit together. Because at one point I can do this, next point I can't, and then I can, then I can't, then I can't. I am just so confused. And you know what? He would be very legitimate in saying that. But no, the punishment.
I disagree.
Currently does not fit the crime.
Okay, Kirk.
Okay. But hopefully this helps. The upcoming NCS Guide Committee review should solve both problems.
Yep.
One is it should make where a master can check in on the pre-list, either in the top section or priority section as usual, or he may request to be checked in with the general check-ins, the next available line. And also that same privilege will exist if the board accepts our suggestions in with the general check-ins. And the other problem that solves is, that should satisfy, and according to my conversations with Virgil, it will, is that this will be memorialized and codified. And I think that's what Virgil's after. Now, my understanding is Buddy's, he ain't coming back. He might later on. But, anyway, that solves the initial or the short-term problem. Whether there'll be problems in the future, I don't know. Probably so. But anyway, that was our effort, was to solve the short-term problem. And thank you, AA1NA.
Okay. Roger. Does that satisfy things?
Tom, you're.
What's that, Peter?
Tom is playing train music, it sounds.
So Keon, just so you're aware, it's not all the same thing, all the complaints. It's different time, two different times.
It could be two different times, but it's the same crime, and you're accusing him of the same thing. And listen, I'm not trying to be combative about it. I'm not saying that Buddy did what he did was so perfect. I'm not saying any of that. I'm simply saying that the issue is not Buddy in this particular case. It's a broken system that we need to fix. And we can blame it on him. We can point the fingers. That's great, but it does not solve a fundamental problem. And I believe in this case, if we solve the problem, the real problem, it goes away. This is a waste of our time. This is an absolute waste of our time.
It is.
And Keon, no, I would object to that a little bit.
So,
This is a Buddy problem as well. Okay, regardless of checking in and allowed to check in or whatever, you cannot get on AIM, and we have a conduct, okay, and start ripping apart or commenting on or complaining about the NCS doing his job. The NCS is doing his job, whether or her job. Okay, if you have an issue with it, bring it up through your director back through. So Buddy's not clean on this. Don't.
Never said that he was.
Okay, well, I was just getting the impression from you that you felt Buddy was clean, but no, it absolutely it's an issue. It's an issue, and as Kirk said, once we finalize the NCS guidelines again, or guidelines again, guidelines again, I think we'll be okay. But we have to be careful with them where the NCS, as I said earlier, represents the club. There's several things in there they need to do, but outside of that, they need the flexibility to run their net the most appropriate and efficient way at the time.
I talked to Virgil about that, and he refuses to do that. He refuses to accept that as a policy.
Sorry, Kirk, Dean, do what?
I talked to Virgil, and he refuses to accept that NCSs have that flexibility. Just tell you about my conversation I had with Virgil, right? Ron?
Right.
And I can tell you right now, we've had many people tonight that are on this net say, I don't always follow the rules of the guideline. I do the net the way I want to do it, and nobody complains.
Yeah.
Right. I take check-ins here. I do this. I do that, and we don't complain.
Okay. But I agree, and I've never met Virgil. In person. We've communicated. We've talked. But he is very process oriented and very structured, and that's great. I mean, I wish we had more people in this world, including at my work, that did that. So you know, that's not the issue. If the NCS at the time is following the guideline as a strict procedure that they should do, that's up to them. What I'm saying is I don't follow the guideline as a strict procedure. But if the NCS at the time is following the guideline as a strict procedure, that is certainly okay. Nobody should challenge on AIM the NCS during a meeting. In fact, you know, as an NCS, well, as it used to be NCS, I almost wanted to turn off AIM so I could ignore everything and not even read it. So regardless, if Virgil is the NCS, if I'm the NCS, Virgil follows it to the T, and I follow it slightly different. People gotta live with it.
But Craig, you said the magic word. You have the option to turn off AIM. And if he chose not to do that, some of that burden rests on him as well.
No, can't. Don't put it back on Virgil, please.
Virgil can't turn off AIM when he's NCS.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he
I
can.
thought-
Yes, he can turn it off for himself.
Yeah,
He can just close the screen. I do it.
I don't.
Stupid.
So
Anyway, oh, sorry.
let me just tell you about a couple of these incidents last week. Two of these NCSs admitted that they were told in advance not to do this with Buddy. And it didn't come from the coordinator and it didn't come from the president, but they were told to do it.
Comment?
We got a problem there.
Comment?
Okay.
Dean,
Go
we're
ahead,
still
Craig.
recording. So how about I suggest that this obviously is an issue we need to further discuss, but that we take it offline and we can have another board of directors meeting. We can have chats on the BOD reflector. We can have another meeting that's not the officially scheduled BOD meeting. We can have a purpose meeting that's not a special meeting that gets publicized and all that stuff. And we discuss this specific issue. I think we need to move on, close the meeting, and then have a chat.
Great idea.
Perfect.
I make a motion that the meeting be closed.
Second the motion.
No, we're not done.
We have a couple more things to cover.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we have questions and answers with the board of directors.
Clay, could I be recognized before we go to
Yes.
questions and answers?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I just want to let you guys know I've been giving this a lot of thought, and this will be my last board meeting. I am resigning effective immediately as the fourth area director. I will also be resigning as the treasurer as of August 31st, and I will be resigning as the club information officer, communication officer, also as of August 31st. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details other than I just, tonight's meeting was a good example of why I'm frustrated and feel like this just isn't something for me anymore. We talk more about processes and procedures than we do about what's good for the club and what's good for our members. And so, I wish you guys all the luck in the world, but I'm going to take the time, that 2-3 hours a day that I spend every day, and invest that in something else. So, been great working with you guys, and I'm still going to be part of the club. I'm going to continue to run nets. I'll be the 20-meter net coordinator, and I'll be the 160-meter net coordinator. I'm just not going to be in any of the leader or director or officers positions. So.
Okay.
Well, it said, Gary, I hope you'd reconsider.
Yeah, please reconsider, Gary. We need you.
Okay.
Especially now.
And I agree, Gary, that where we are right now is not where we should be. We're all spending way too much time.
Okay. Next, Mr. President.
I'm kind of struggling with this, but consider this as my resignation as president of the club, effective October 31st of this year. I will spend the next couple of months trying to ease the transition to Kurt the best I can. I'm not going away, but I like Gary has said, it isn't fun anymore, and we're not focused on our members. We're focused on trivial things that just don't matter, and we make a big deal out of them rather than fix them. And just a case in point, what we spent the last 20 minutes talking about, nobody in the board has tried to fix it. They just want to hammer away at it. So with that, like I said, my last day will be October 31st, and anything I can do to transition the next couple of months. I've also instructed Matt to remove me as access to the club website, and Gary's working with me to make sure that I no longer have access to the bank accounts, just because I know what's going to happen once the club finds out about it. And with that said, Clay, back to you.
Okay. We have questions and answers with directors and officers. Is there anything to cover?
Comment.
Go ahead.
VE3CMB. As director of the DX area for many years, I am not going to leave this club. I think we are in a bad position. But folks, I honestly believe we brought us there. Follow some rules, and that's it. Stop trying to shortchange things. Stop trying to push things through. Stop trying to do backdoor deals. And I think this club can get, you know what, the board, there's lots of other more important stuff we should be focusing on. We really should be. Anyway, that was it. V3CMB, DX area director, or the 11th area director, or whatever you want to call me, will not be resigning.
Anybody
Thank you,
else?
Craig. Dean, I hope you'll reconsider it as well. Let's, like I say, this is a good time for us to pull together, and we know what what needs to be done. We just need to do it. So, back to you, Clay. AA1 and A.
Anybody else? Motion to adjourn?
I made that motion before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not hear that. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Meeting is adjourned.